are back.
Attack it! Come on! Yes! Yes! Yes!
We rehearsed online for so long, but then now we got to truly come together and make art.
It was definitely different. I hadn't really heard it before.
It just kind of gives me a weird feeling in my ears because the harmony kind of really fits in, and I play one part and then somebody else plays another part, and it's back and forth the whole time, and it's amazing.
It's such a wonderful moment. That's when you know that you've started to make music together.
Welcome. It's good to see you. It's good to actually see you in person. Yeah. Thank you for trying this new thing and trying just sort of a new way of making music.
Coming back in person, obviously it's extremely important that we follow all of the best practices as far as safety measures.
How are you today?
All of our students, before they participate, go through a health screening process, and then we do a temperature check at the door. Social distancing, of course, making sure that all of our students are seated 6 feet apart, and for our brass students, they'll be seated 9 feet apart, and continuing to maintain that distance while they're entering and exiting, so making sure that we don't have students congregating in any areas. Sanitation has also been really important, so we sanitize every chair and every space before the next group comes in. All of our students and all of our staff are wearing masks, and for our wind and brass students, they're wearing PPE that sort of fits with their instrument.
The challenge for a lot of the kids today was just the logistical part of getting their instrument ready with these new music PPE items that alter their technique a little bit and alter their sound a little bit, but also offer protection for the kids around them.
As strange as it feels, wow, you look even weirder.
It was one extra step, but it allowed the kids to then do what we have been wanting to do all year, which is make music together.
Come on. Come on. Go. Go.
You know, it's new, it's different, it's weird. It's really not surprising that there was at the beginning just a little bit of, ooh, what are we doing here?
I think there's some hesitancy, understandably, because they're used to being in a room by themselves and playing for themselves. And all of a sudden now it's like, oh, other people can hear me. So I think they're probably experiencing some of what I'm experiencing, which is it's exciting and scary at the same time.
When we first started playing, it was a little ragged, but I'd say within about 90 seconds, they were locking in together and matching pitch and matching articulation. It was really noticeable.
Well, I think it was a lot better because the sound was better.
Instead of working alone, you can hear how other people play it, and you can perfect yourself.
I can see how my part fits into other parts, and I actually see my purpose. And it sounds way better, way cleaner.
One of the most wonderful things today was having the bass player here, because we're doing a waltz, and what is a waltz without the downbeat? It was just wonderful to have that depth, and you could just feel the earth. Then everyone else can play on top of it. And that was an exceptionally great feeling for me, and I forgot how much I missed that.
Coming back together and actually playing together has just been amazing. So we did a lot of work on listening to each other, articulations, starting phrases, stopping phrases together, that kind of thing, that you really can only do when there's other musicians in the room.
I can already hear you guys adjusting your articulation. Boom, boom, boom. So that's good. I think another go at it, and you could hear that better and even be together even more.
We talk a lot about orchestra radar, and that even if you're not looking at somebody, they're on the other side of the room and you can't see them, there's still this sense of making it fit together.
You know, that one moment when all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, we're all supposed to play that one note this way. Oh, I can hear now. Oh, okay, I got it. And yeah, That I think is the best experience for the students and for me, and then you get to build on that.
And after this rehearsal, I'm feeling great. It's really fun to finally get back and play the music together.
I'm excited to come in person. It looks so fun.
Are you going to come back?
I would like to, unless other circumstances comes up.
Yeah.
I'll probably go back to virtual for safety.
I think it's been pretty safe, but it's a little bit of a risk, but I'm willing to take it for orchestra.
We understand that every family's situation is different. You can choose to participate online for the rest of the year. That's completely up to you. And for those who want to try out being in person or they want to stay online and then later switch, we really want to make that as comfortable as possible for our families. For our virtual students, what they'll see is the rehearsal room. They get to see the space, they get to see their colleagues rehearsing, they get to see the conductor conduct. We have already had a lot of students tell us that it's so much better to actually hear the live rehearsal going on.
It's so cool hearing all the parts together.
Well, the virtual kids said they really enjoyed having a live rehearsal to play with, and they can hear the other harmonies at the same time. So that's an upgrade.
We know that this year has been challenging for everyone, and we want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's made this season possible. So our artistic staff for their flexibility, their willingness to try new things and innovate, for our students, for putting our students first and really thinking about their needs. Thank you to our artistic staff. To our administrative staff, thank you for working tirelessly to make this whole thing possible behind the scenes. And again, for being flexible and figuring out new ways of doing things. Thank you to our leadership for trusting us to make this whole thing possible, and again for supporting us and guiding us. But the biggest thank you, I think, is to our students and their families, because they have really been present with us in this whole journey and participating and giving us feedback and helping us to make this the best we can. So thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for sticking with us in this wild and crazy year. We hope that you will continue to participate in the Minnesota Youth Symphonies for as long as you're able, and that your experience with us will only get better as time goes on.
Thank you for making part of your Saturday with me. I'm so glad that we finally get together to do something like this, to actually make music.
What we need to get out of this is inspiration. The reminder of why it is that we play music together. Because it's fun and it's beautiful. We get to create things and we get to inspire other people to do other creative and beautiful things by the music that we do. Today has been a step back onto that yellow brick road.